What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on Buy Sell Cars TV. You joined me today. We're over in Paddock Wood. It's crazy windy here. I'm not crying. My hair's not actually a mess. It's so windy, as you can probably hear. I'm picking up a Mazda 3 1.6. This might be a little bit of a boring video because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the car's actually gonna be quite good. It's got a year's MOT. It's just been serviced, so everything says that this car should be good. But we're gonna head into Paddock Wood now, check out this Mazda, and then I'll catch up with you in a second. Right, like an absolute donut, I forgot to press record when I was walking around the car and showing the exterior interior. So I'm back home and let's try that again now. So let's hop out and I'll show you the car. Right, so here we are again, Mazda 3, checking out the exterior. Generally speaking, it's not too bad. I think the biggest thing to note is over on the rear quarter and the bumper. So you can see it's dented over here. We've got a little bit of chips and another dent there, but the biggest thing is this rear light has got a crack in it. So that is something which I'm gonna have to get changed. Over on here, just a little car parking dink over there. But really and truly, that's the biggest thing on this car. It's not anything super crazy, but like I said, the main thing to get sorted is that light because water's gonna be getting into that. Going around the back, not really too bad, just the usual sort of scuffs over here. Putting stuff into the boot, you're gonna get little marks, so not really too concerned about that. If anything, you can put touch-up paint on it if you want, but it's a 2009 car, you expect these sort of things. And then going down the passenger side, as you can probably see, it's quite a straight car. There's nothing out of the ordinary on this side. The panels look nice and straight, paintwork looks pretty good as well, and even the bumper. I think this is definitely the money shot of the car. This is how it should be looking. And like I say, when you consider it is a 2009 car, really happy with that. Let's check the interior out. So moving to the interior, and on first impressions, you can see it's, obviously a little bit dirty. Things like the carpets, very, very muddy, very dirty. But even the seats as well, they've got a bit of stainage. The actual condition of it in terms of any rips or tears, it's actually pretty good. Just needs a good old clean, good old valet as always. Center console down here, yeah, it's just a little bit grimy. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone spilled a drink over there, but generally speaking, condition-wise, it's okay. Just a bit of a dirty place as always. You always expect these things anyway when you're buying a used car. So overall, not too bad. You can see through the dirt and it'll get cleaned up nicely, but you're going to see that later on in the video anyway. Let's check the back out as well. Yeah, same sort of situation. Just a lot of staining going on over here. Carpets aren't too bad. Probably just needs a bit of a hoover, but it's nice to get all these things put nicely, back to black on there. Get the seats deep clean to bring them up like, new. But I think overall, like I say, if you can look past the dirt, it's going to be a nice car once it's cleaned up. So thumbs up for that as well. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of the current condition of the car, both interior and exterior. Like I say, in terms of wear and tear, it is pretty good, just needs a good old valet, but that's all gonna get sorted and you're gonna see that later on in the video. So for now, let's hop back in the car and I'm gonna flip it to the first impressions of driving this car back from BCA Paddock Wood. So let's crack on with that now. First impressions, car's driving very nice. Clutch feels very, very good. Nice and light as well, so maybe it's been replaced at some point. I've never actually bought one of these Mazdas before. Guess it's the first time for everything, but I've heard good things about them. And when you look at the price point of these cars, they do represent a lot of good value. So I thought, let me just get one of these into stock, see how things goes, because you have to trial different things sometimes, and it seems like a good car to buy, and so far it's driving very, very well. So what made me buy this specific car? It kind of links to the point of me saying how well this car is driving. So the car's actually got a year's MOT and just been serviced. So straight away, that was a massive plus point because it's eliminating a lot of risk. And what I mean by that is the person who had this car obviously, took the time to spend the money to get an MOT, get it serviced. It can mean that the car's running okay. Because if you had a bit of an old broken car, people don't necessarily want to be spending money getting it serviced, and especially if they know they're going to be selling it. So that was one of the points as well, but it also did have a good record of service history on this car. So it gave me a bit of an insight into this car. And I thought, do you know what? It's got a few things going for it. The only negative point on the car was that rear quarter. It had a bit of a dent and the rear lights cracked as well. So that's something which is going to need to get replaced. But other than that, mechanically, this car had a lot of positives to it. The other thing which I liked about this car as well is that they're chain driven. So you're straight away eliminating that, you know, risk of has the cam work been done, is there paperwork to back it up. So by going down that route of a chain-driven car, you're eliminating that straight away. So like I say, there were quite a lot of positives for me wanting to just try something different and get a Mazda in stock. I actually bought a Mazda years and years and years ago. I think it was the previous version of this, like a proper old car, and it was a rust bucket, and I just said to myself, I'm going to stay away from these Mazdas. But look, times change, things move on. You have to try and adapt and just find what cars work for you in terms of the market you're sort of looking at, as well as the customers you're trying to attract. So, you know, for me, I thought ULEZ car is going to be good for someone living around London, city car, economical, good history. So fingers crossed this should be a good one to sell. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back home. We've got about an hour and a half drive to do, and then straight away what I think I'll do is I'll get the car dropped off to the valeters, let them work their magic, and then what we'll do is we'll pick up this video once the car's been cleaned, and then I can show you the shots from before and after, and obviously you'll get to see how the car is going to be in its ready for state sell, and then obviously give you my conclusion on how things have been, because we have got a bit of a drive home, but fingers crossed nothing's going to go wrong. But I'll keep you posted, and I'll catch up with you after the car's valeted. Right, let's start with the exterior of the car, and in typical fashion, it's super sunny now and it's been raining recently, so the car has got quite dusty, but do you know what? It doesn't matter because not a crazy amount has changed on the exterior, and the biggest difference is going to be in the interior, which I'll show you shortly. But the one thing which I had to get done to the car was the rear light needed replacing. So there was a crack in there, obviously, that I showed you before. Got this on eBay, 50 quid, 3 bolts, very easy to change, and I got it done at home myself. So that's good, that's been sorted. But generally, just walking around the car, you can see it is a pretty tidy car. The only most obvious thing was obviously is the dent on the other side. But again, because of the age and the mileage, 120,000 miles, 2009 car, you will expect wear and tear. And of course, it's all reflected into the price of the car as well. But overall, thumbs up, I'm happy with this one. Let me show you the main difference, which is the interior. So let's check that out now. So as we go into the interior, you can definitely see it is a lot cleaner than what it was before. Especially around the center console, it is a lot better than what it was before. You know, I'm not saying it's perfect, it definitely isn't that, but compared to what it was before, it's a massive improvement. Even over on the passenger side, you know, getting a better look at the carpet, the seat, it really is a world of a difference with the before and afters. So I'm very happy how this one has turned out. Let's go check the back out as well. Checking out the back as well. Compared to how things were looking before, it's definitely a massive improvement. It looks super clean, smells fresh in here. So for me, overall, it's a thumbs up on the interior. So hopefully that's come through on camera today of showing you the difference in the car after it was valeted. Like I say, in terms of the exterior, it doesn't really change it drastically, but the biggest difference is always in the interior, especially when it's quite dirty like this one was to start with. It really just adds that bit of value, and I hope it's come through on the camera today. But overall, like I say, today was probably going to be a bit of a boring video. Reason being, there was not really much I had to get done to this car. So if we look at it as a whole, had to get the car valeted, so that was £50, and I had to get that tail light changed as well. So that was 50 quid on eBay. Like I mentioned, got it brought home, changed it myself. So there was not really a crazy amount of work to get done to this car, but may make a boring video, but for me, it's a positive thing because it means there's more profit margin in the car, less work that needs doing. So overall, that does make this a good purchase. But on that positive note, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And like I say, I hope it's given you a quick little insight into the difference things make in getting a car ready for sale. But comment down below if there's anything different you'd like to see. Please do let me know. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care, guys.